Dave Durson, one of the top special teams players with a tackle. Mark Wilson, the quarterback, has Kenny King and Marcus Allen as running backs. Dokey Williams for the injured Cliff Branch, and Malcolm Barnwell. Barnwell now the big threat deep, and Todd Christensen, who's tied with Marcus Allen most receptions with 45. Bruce Davis, Kurt Marsh in at left tackle for left guard for Charlie Hanna, Dave Dolby, Don Mospar, and Henry Lawrence, the offensive line. First down from the 21. Allen. Oh, this is the toughest team in the NFL against the run. And Marcus Allen feels the pinch. He gained barely a yard. The defense of Hartenstein, McMichael, Hampton, and Dent, that front four. Three linebackers, Otis Wilson, Mike Singletary will hit you as hard as anyone. And Al Harris is big enough to play in the defensive line. Mike Richardson and Leslie Frazier at the corners, and Todd Bell and veteran Gary Fensick at safety. Yes, who? And Payton is near the 45-yard line. A remarkable statistic. Walter Payton, busy as he is, has not coughed up the ball on a fumble this year. Defensively, here's the team that will try to get that first one. Long, Piquel, Alzado. Piquel playing for Kinlaw on the nose. Brad Van Pelt, the ex-Giant, Squirek for Millen, Nelson, and the top linebacker, Rod Martin, 53. Hayes and Haynes on the corners, Davis and McElroy at safety. 2nd and 7. Turnover. Here's where the Bears bring almost 8 men up on the line of scrimmage in that unique alignment. 3rd and 10. Fumble! And the Bears don't have it yet. And the Raiders recover. How do you do? Kenny King, the fullback, as those big linemen of the Bears trying to pick up that bounding pumpkin, and they just couldn't squeeze it.
Tom Flores on the far side just shaking his head, and Mark Wilson still down on the turf, has not moved, and with Jim Plunkett on injured reserve, this could be very costly to the Raiders as they're out to check Wilson.
Yes, they have David Hum, who was in Las Vegas working there playing golf the first half of the year, and then it's Ray Guy.
An 8-man front virtually for the Bear defense, and there's the blitz from the blind side right there. Woof, just vicious. Otis Wilson, number 55, and right behind Singletary. He's the man they single out as being their second most aggressive linebacker. Watch from the right-hand side of your screen. Number 55. No one even touched him. He just literally lifted Mark right off his feet, and I don't think it's a lower body injury, but looked like a whiplash almost.
From the 24, the Bears in a scoreless first quarter. McMahon's first pass, and he's going long. Willie Gold, he has it at the 26-yard line. Lester Hayes thought he had it, but it's a 50-yard play for the Bears.
The Raiders have been challenging people to go after their corners for a long while. And it's just been in the last little while that people have begun to accept the challenge. Willie Gault, world-class speed, challenges the speed of Lester Hayes, and then makes a fine catch as Hayes is all over him. Finally gets him out of bounds to save the touchdown.
Well, what a throw by McMahon.
McMahon.
Whoops, Raiders were offside, and Payton, he's on his way for a touchdown. Well, that end zone is Payton's place, and he has his 7th touchdown this year.
Anytime a defense jumps offside, and they were drawn off, McMahon staggering his count. This is a freebie. No matter what happens, they know they've got another chance, but it's breaking tackles right there. McElroy, Davis running right out of the arms of two of the very most physical safeties in the NFL, and he shows you how he attacks the defense right there. And congratulations from Mike Ditka on the sideline, and the Bears have gone out ahead in this ballgame.
The 7-man front. 3rd and 5. Good protection. Not now. I'm in trouble. Whoops. He hands it off to Davis. A free ball. And We'll wait for the signal. Bears think they have it.
A costly mistake by Humm. Almost reminiscent of a mistake by Marcus Allen last week when he lateraled to Henry Lawrence. Humm throwing that football. I think there should be a standard rule. Maybe there is. Don't throw.
Mark Wilson takes over at quarterback. You're going to have to get some bonus pay for anyone who wants to carry the football against that Bear defense. That's hazardous duty.
You can feel those hits all the way up here, and the Bears and that big Raider offensive line just thumping each other. Mike Singletary lowering his shoulder, extremely quick reaction. And look at that. He's giving away maybe 30 pounds there. I believe that's Mospar, 72, locked up on him. Singletary not giving an inch as he just used his leverage to get in underneath that stack.
7-0. Wilson, look at that ball die, and it's been intercepted by Frazier. Leslie Frazier. He's at the 12-yard line.
It looked like Wilson hit someone's helmet. He's holding his hand. He didn't know what to do. He didn't want to go over and get in on that tackle. He's going to the sideline. I think maybe he hit somebody's helmet.
McKinnon in motion. Tate got blockers. And he has a touchdown. The game of musical chairs continues. The Raider quarterback, David Humm, is back in. First it was Wilson, a back injury, then a hand injury apparently, and Humm starts in terrible position at his 11, and he's now in a really bad spot. Todd Bell buries him at the 9. The monsters of the Midway.
Well, we build this as a physical game. It has been that, but most of the physical nature has been on the side of the black-shirted Bears. We're used to seeing the Raiders dominate people physically. Right now, they're getting the short end of the stick. The pass rusher.
They're after Humm. Christensen is short of the first down at the 18. Todd Bell made the hit. This crowd going crazy.
We just talked about Richard Dent, and there he is, along with number 99, Hampton. They're just going to get back there and have a meeting at the quarterback after making Archie Manning's life so miserable last week with 11 sacks. They haven't drawn a deep breath. They're back at it again today.
Well, the way Humm had the upper hand in the first half today. David Humm for the injured Mark Wilson. He's in trouble. Is that a fumble or a pass? If it's a fumble, the Bears appear to have it. Nope. The Raiders come up with it, and it was ruled a fumble as it came around the back door on David Humm. He got his own, along with Marcus Allen.
Richard Dent working from the outside on Bruce Davis, came all the way around the horn. Here's a chance for you to see it at home. Dent right here on the bottom of your screen, and Hampton, the two men who are getting the problem in there. These are the guys that'll give you the heat right here. Hampton and Dent. Now watch them as they rush the passer. Dent is going to go all the way around the outside off your screen. Hampton right up the middle. Watch him there. Coming from the backside, just stripping the ball away. No chance for the quarterback.
And third down 17. Good protection. And it's intercepted by Fensick. Gary Fensick, now number 2 in Bears history. That's his 28th career interception today. Woof. And a tough spot for David Humm. Marcus Allen drilled at the line of scrimmage by Otis Wilson, 55. Wilson, a number 1 pick in 1980 out of Louisville.
Now watch Wilson coming from the outside of your picture here. Wilson, number 55, right over on the outside of your picture, coming right straight across to nail him in here. The other thing you look at here is the defense just converging on the inside on Marcus Allen. Let's turn it loose and watch a good defense in action. Wilson coming from the outside. And
David Humm. Down he goes. Richard Dent with the sack. Four sacks for the Bears, who run their NFL lead to 42.
Watch Dent from the outside. He'll go all the way out around to come back to the quarterback here. They're also getting tremendous pressure from the inside. Even though Hampton is out of there, Jim Osborne has gone in. And look at that coming all the way around. Dent is so quick. He's just absolutely running right around now. Davis on the outside.
3rd and 18. Needs a lot and gets some of it to Dokie Williams at the 31, but it'll be shy of a first down. And Humm gets hit again. And for the quarterbacks of the Raiders, the theme song might be Murder, he says. It's really a punishing position against this Bear pass rush.
I'm sure Al Davis is wondering if maybe he hadn't better recruit some extra trainers. Things are starting to look grim on the Raiders sideline.
Hayden is likely to get it again. He hammers into the line at the 30. Yeah, we expected some of this.
You knew that was going to come.
Howie Long.
Howie Long and Van Horn, they had words earlier when Howie thought he was being held, and Howie just shaking his head. The new rules do allow a very liberal use of the hands.
Well, if Howie knew how big Van Horn's feet were, he wouldn't mess with it.
You better hope that Van Horn doesn't kick him.
In first place since they moved to Los Angeles, and now it's the Bears muscling 14-0, 11 sacks, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble recovered last week against Minnesota, 4 more sacks today, a couple of intercepts and a fumble recovery, plus covering their own fumble.
Those aren't bad numbers for a whole day. We're just barely ending up the first half here.
3rd down and a short 5. 2 minutes left in the half. McMahon. Good move by McMahon, who has a first down at the 37-yard line, and he leaves a string of Raider tacklers in his wake.
Excellent use of his feet by McMahon. As we go back inside, let's take a peek at right here at Howie Long. Howie's going to be a little embarrassed about this play. As he starts off, McMahon had suckered him off the ball early with the count, and Howie lost track of McMahon, who just headed upfield and got off guard. He's using his voice effectively, and they've moved Howie around to try and get a pass rush there. But watch Piquel, 71. Woof. He better maybe get a sack of quarterbacks opened up on the Bear sideline as well, as McMahon really took a hit on that play.
$1 million races, 5 of those, $2 million and a $3 million race. Humm. Shot puts that one to Christensen, incomplete. And Humm is down and writhing again as Jim Osborne got him.
He is hurt. He is hurt.
Ray Guy, the punter, is the emergency quarterback.
You talk about big salaries for quarterbacks. This is one of the reasons they can command them. They're trying to block, and there Kenny King had a shot at Osborne, couldn't get to him. Looks like he may have caught a helmet up underneath his chin on that play. They're going to keep him down momentarily. Their defense just attacking there. You see the red stripe under the chin of their...
That was from the time before. Remember, they were looking in his mouth.
Yeah, well.
Ray Guy, we were checking there. Of course, Guy. 2nd and 10 from the Bear 45. Wilson. That ball fluttering and almost intercepted, and a flag is down. And boy, they got something going on the sidelines now. Apparently, McMahon, or rather Wilson, was hit after he threw the ball, and that brought out some rage from the men in white across the way.
Well, one thing I can tell you, that those black-shirted Bears off the quarterback.
2nd and 10. Wilson, down he goes. Another sack, and this time it goes to number 90, Al Harris. The 5th of the game for the Bears. Timeout by the Raiders with 48 seconds. Well, they're Raiders, and there's McMahon, and we have no word yet. But boy,
he is really hurting. Well, maybe the guys in black haven't done all the damage. I believe you're right that it was that shot by Piquel as McMahon ran upfield just before the half. It looked like he had the same kind of whiplash that took Mark Wilson down the first time.
Well, it's a sign of age, advancing years. Merlin used to love these physical games. I'm catching you wincing more and more as you watch.
Dick, this is a day I'm glad I'm not down on that field. The crunching blows, this is probably as physical a game as I've ever seen, and I played in some tough games against these Bears. This team reminds me a lot of their '63 championship team that had such a great defense.
Their last play left. 14-6 Bears. Marcus Allen. Gets only a couple to the 38-yard line. And in case you had missed the Bears throughout the course of this year and you heard about the Bears' tough defense against the run, now you know. Now you know why they're far and away the best in the NFL against the run.
You had your control of scheduling. Wouldn't it be nice to come in and play a team after the Bears and the Raiders had had a chance to play against them? Ooh.
The Rams meet the Bears next week in Anaheim. Wilson, a ton of time, and it's intercepted. Frazier. Leslie Frazier has his 6th of the year, the 2nd today. A flag is down. Hold on, we have a flag back where Wilson threw the ball. Fumble and recovered by Richard Dent.
Happening on that play.
On 2nd and 10. Wilson. Down he goes. Singletary and Wilson. They had 11 sacks last week and 7 more today. 18 in 2 games.
Buddy Ryan's defense is a feast or famine kind of defense. 8 men up front, an all-out blitz. And everybody is coming. Otis Wilson right there. Singletary, number 50. They've thrown everyone. They can't cover all the receivers. But it's hard. They can't cover all the receivers. But it's hard to find the receivers when you're running for your life. And that's what they count on with that aggressive defense.
4th and 7. Or give up the ball.
Look out.
The Bears have it again. Hartenstein, 73, led the charge. The 8th sack for the Bears today. They take over on downs, and they're celebrating in Chicago.
If you're back against the wall, when you have to throw the football, it's awfully difficult to keep those defensive linemen, linebackers, they're all coming. They know what you have to do, and they'll take advantage of it.
Well, make it 9 sacks and a flag down. Richard Dent. As we said, has 6.5 sacks the last 3 games, and he's just been terrorizing Wilson all day.
I think he's had 4 today, Dick.
Holding against the Raiders just to rub a little salt in the wound. Richard Dent, 6'5", 253, in his 2nd year from Tennessee State, an 8th-round draft pick a year ago, and he's playing like a #1 pick in the entire draft. And the remaining 6 for the defending champions. Wilson somehow ducks out of that problem, and Fensick has another interception. Gary Fensick to the 23-yard line. And that just adds some frosting to a brilliant defensive day for the Chicago Bears. defensive unit. They have been most impressive.